Hey, yo, King Fight News. Eddie Hearn is at it again. And he wants to know this week if Wilder wants to take this fight in the UK. If he doesn't, they're going to look at the original plan of Alexander Povetkin. King Fight News. More on this, guys. All right, let's get right to it. Shout out to Boxing Scene coming from Eddie Hearn. I want to know this week if Wilder wants the fight. And let's get straight into it. This is his quote. "We all decided as a team that the first fight should be in the UK. It's not a case of being arrogant, but at the moment, there's a very clear A side." So all of a sudden, they're flexing on their A side. There's a very clear A side. Well, not exactly, Eddie. But when it comes to the numbers Anthony Joshua puts up in the UK, I mean, technically, yeah, you give him the A side. Yeah, absolutely. The purses he's able to pull in the UK, based on the money he generates, okay, you call him the A side. And based on that, the fight should take place where the A side wants, and that happens to be the UK. And he actually has a quote here that says, "If Wilder wins, he becomes the A side." It's funny how we didn't offer him that, but he'll then go on and say if Wilder wins, he'll become the A side. But we have yet to hear from Eddie Hearn since we started with these negotiations that Wilder, in a two-fight situation, in a potential rematch, Wilder would be the A side if he won the first fight. He's never said that once in his offers. You know what I mean? So, Eddie Hearn also admits Wilder's team made a very strong offer. There's no denying that, but it's not an amount of money that's going to change Anthony Joshua's life. So $50 million is not going to change Joshua's life. $50 million isn't life-changing money. Okay, Eddie. Okay. Joshua said, "Why aren't we doing this fight at Wembley in front of 90,000? He's asked me a lot of questions, particularly about how many Brits could we get into the arena in Vegas. I said, after casino guests and Americans, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9,000. And he was a bit flat with it all. And he sort of felt everything they've done, after all the support with the fans, the Klitschko fight, of course, but also against Carlos Takam. And they feel like, I guess they feel like after all those bum fights, the Takams, the Hector Avalas and shit, and after the Klitschko fight, perhaps they deserve to have this fight in the UK. I don't know. Joshua's never left the UK. He's fought damn near his whole career in the UK. God forbid he fights one damn time in the US. God forbid. But you know what? That's okay. Eddie Hearn, man. This guy's on another one. Okay. So now he's talking about Povetkin. We've got a situation with Povetkin where probably next week the WBA will call for purse bids, and then it takes another 2 weeks. Something like that for the purse bids. I think realistically, 2 weeks is the absolute deadline from Wilder. We're speaking very frequently, and to be fair to Deontay, he understands. It's not like he's moaning about it. He always felt that he'd have to come to UK. And like I said, they made a strong offer. Some of the points or some of the clauses in that offer weren't acceptable. Some were. We could have talked about them, but it was just a decision from the team that the first one should be in the UK. We want to go ahead in September. And that's either going to be, most likely at this stage, Wilder or Povetkin. Both tough fights. By the end of this week, I want to be in position to know if Wilder wants to fight. So that's Eddie Hearns. He wants to be in position to know if Wilder wants to fight. Well, shit. Wilder ain't ducking or dodging anybody, from my understanding. And he said several times he'll come to the UK, so, I don't know, man. Call Al Heyman. Call whoever the fuck is, man, JDS or JDS. Call Shelly. Call whoever you need to call. But I don't know if that's an issue. Is that a sticking point, going to the UK or not? I mean, it's funny because talk of it. He said the first fight must be in the UK. All right, let's get it, man. Let's get in the UK, man. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit where the fight happens, but we want to see the fight. That's what it comes down to. We got to see the fucking fight, man. Fuck out of here. Wilder, man, call their bluff, man. Call it. Call it right now. Fucking... Man, I hope this fight happens. I really do. I really hope this fight happens. And we need it this year, guys. Boxing needs this fight. The heavyweight division needs this fight. We need some clarity out here, man. We need some clarity. You see all these World Boxing Super Series, they're poning everybody when it comes to having the undisputed champion. Because they're making undisputed champions. Look at the cruiserweights. That final, unfortunately, they stalled out this final so far away from when the semifinals were going on that I think it lost a bit of steam, that cruiserweight World Boxing Super Series. And they need to do a bit more promotion for Usyk right now. And his opponent Gassiev. But otherwise, you know, they're kicking ass, man. I want to see the heavyweight division do something similar, and we have the opportunity right now to unify titles right now, to have an undisputed champion and to have a lineal champion that's looking to get back into the mix. So ultimately, can we all agree this fight needs to happen, guys? Whether it's in the UK, whether it's in the US, this fight needs to happen. So let's make it happen. Let's make it fucking happen. Get at Deontay. Tell him, you know, you're going to have to go to the UK for this one, man. They're going to duck you. They're going to duck you if you don't go to the UK. So, it's funny. It's funny because all Eddie Hearn has to do is give Deontay 40%. He said he would take it for 40%. And it's not like he's asking for the lion's share. It's not like he's asking for 50-50. He's saying he'll take the fight, hook me up with 40%, and it's a wrap. I don't get why he just doesn't make that offer. I mean, Eddie Hearn said he was going to counteroffer. Because he said that shit last month. He was going to counteroffer, if I'm not mistaken. I know when he left the U.S., when he fucking escaped on fucking Sunday morning or whatever, to prepare for Tony Bellew and David Haye, he was saying he might counteroffer. Well, shit. Have you done that yet? I don't think he has. So, now's the time. Now's the time to fucking make your final counteroffer and see what it is. I mean, the ball's in Eddie Hearn's court. They're the one rejecting, yet they're the one saying, hey, you know, we got to make sure they want the fight in the UK. Like, get the fuck out of here, Eddie. They've already expressed interest. Shelley Finkel had a press conference to say they're willing to take the fight in the UK. Do we all have to, like, forget about shit that's happened right in front of our eyes? Shelley Finkel called a presser and said we're going to fight in the UK, no problem. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. It really is unbelievable. But that's Eddie Hearn for you, man. That's Eddie Hearn for you. This fucking guy. He's going to run Anthony Joshua. I swear he's going to run him into a loss. If this Wilder fight doesn't happen, he's going to run him into a loss over in fucking Russia. Mark my fucking words, man. E-King Fight News. It's a wrap, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace. And of course, let me know what you think about this situation.